Good morning, everyone. It's Radical Faith, Delusion Dispeller here. And today I'm going to talk to you about the Sabbath because today at sundown begins another Sabbath until tomorrow at sundown. And you all have heard me talk about Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom, and you've heard me say Shalom. Interestingly enough, my eldest daughter's middle name is Shalom. And I want to tell you why the Sabbath is important to me and many Jewish people, Messianic Jewish people, and even some Christians. Now, Christians celebrate their Sabbath on Sunday, and the Jewish people celebrate theirs on Saturday. And Jewish people believe that the proper time of Sabbath is Saturday, and that Shabbat literally came from that word that we derive Saturday from. But I don't want to teach this to you. I'm going to kind of do a little commentary video here by yet another minister that is important to me and is crucial in my walk with the Lord, with Yahweh Yeshua. And his name is Jonathan Kahn. And I'm going to stream him in so we can all watch him together and kind of do a little commentary in between, because that's what I do. So I'm going to open this up with the first video called The Sabbath as an Action. And he's going to actually do the teaching. I'm just going to kind of do, like I said, a little bit of a commentary on it. So here we go. One moment. I had to figure out how to do all this back and forth flip-floppy stuff. All right, here we go. Hold on, let me turn him up here. One moment. Okay.
I can't let go of this. You're saying this thing is basically a God, and you are subject to it, and you can never rest. God therefore says that. See, the other thing about the Sabbath, the Shabbat, is that if you don't let go, if you don't take breaks, then the momentum is going to keep going. The momentum won't stop, whatever that is. If it's a worry, keeps going. The thing is, it's going to. But when you stop and say, "No, I don't need. I'm putting this away right now."
Hold on, I'm not sure what's going on here.
The momentum is cut off. And that's what you need. The momentum is cut off, meaning the problem is not driving your life. You're not driven by all these things. I've cut it off because I have God.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why this is not playing into the room like it should be. Very strange. Okay. Let me remove this, stop the screen, and try to stream it again. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Possible. Maybe it just won't let me do it. I don't know. We'll see.
Tonight I said, here's the Shabbat. It's the Sabbath. Okay. People say Shabbat Shalom. That's the greeting. Shabbat in Hebrew, Shabbat. But it comes from this thing where God was rested. He stopped. And the word and Sabbath from the Hebrew Shabbat, it comes from another word which is not about a day, it's about an action. The Sabbath came from an action, an act of God. The act of God in Hebrew is the word Shevat. And the word, try it, Shevat. From Shevat comes Shabbat. Shevat is an action that God did. It says God rested from his works, or God ceased from his works. God desisted from his works. That's the word Shabbat. And that's where you get Sabbath from.
That's also why we rest on the Sabbath and we don't work, those of us that honor the Sabbath.
What God did, he rested. It means to put away, to let go, to relinquish. So when you say Sabbath or Shabbat Shalom, Sabbath peace, the peace of the Sabbath, that is all linked to a holy letting go, a holy desisting. I'm stopping, I'm letting go, I'm putting it away.
It's kind of like, in the world's way of saying it, have a good weekend, enjoy your weekend, kind of the same thing, except Shabbat is a holy day to us, and we literally believe that we rest like God rested. He created the earth, he created man, and then on the seventh day he rested. The seventh day on the Jewish calendar is literally Saturday, not Sunday, which is why we honor the Saturday and not the Sunday.
Jesus, Yeshua, said, I am the Adon HaShabbat. I am the Lord of the Sabbath. But the Sabbath means the desisting, the letting go, the releasing, the dropping it. So Jesus is the Lord of letting go. He's the Lord of the resting. He's the Lord of dropping it. He's the Lord of letting go the junk, letting go the letting go the bitterness, letting go the things from your past, letting go the idol, letting go everything, letting go the worry, letting go the work, letting go. But Jesus is Lord of that.
Now, what I love about my beliefs is that everything is all encompassing. Like the word sozo, which is where we get our salvation from, means not just saved, but nothing missing, nothing broken, completed, whole, sanctified, delivered. Everything in him is sozo. It's salvation and it's everything encompassing all of that. Same thing with Shabbat, letting go of the bitterness, like he said, letting go of the idols, letting go of the things that are upsetting you. There's a verse in the Bible about laying aside every weight that so easily besets you. Basically, not carrying all that yuck into your next week. Let it go. On the Sabbath is a time to rest and not even think about any of that stuff. That's why I've told you many times, I try not to come on here during the Sabbath. Now, I've blown that big time in the past. I know. I'm getting more into pressing into the things of God now, that more than I ever have before. So it's important to me now that I have these from sundown to sundown set aside as a holy time for me. When I don't work, when I rest, when I let go of all the bitterness, all the anger, all the yuck from the week before, all the stress from my job, all the stress from life in general and relationships and marriage and all that stuff, and just put it on God's shoulders. Because that's what we're supposed to do. Just rest, literally.
To find out how.
Okay. So that was that one. Now I'm going to go into the power of the Sabbath is next. I'll stream that one moment. I really like Jonathan Cahn. He's kind of a newer teacher that my foster mom actually got me to start watching because he's more into the Jewish side of things. So let's film or stream him now, talking about the power of the Sabbath, the refreshing of heaven.
When you let go, and it's a lot of times it's bad momentum.
Hold on.
And you're saying this is the end of the world. I can't let go of this. You're saying this thing is basically a god, and you are subject to it, and you can never rest. God therefore says that. See, the other thing about the Sabbath, the Shabbat, is that if you don't let go, if you don't take breaks, then the momentum is going to keep going. The momentum won't stop, whatever that is. If it's a worry, keeps going. The thing is that it's going to. But when you stop and say, no, I don't need. I'm putting this away right now. The momentum is cut off.
That is so true. Like letting go of things that upset you, even online, because a lot of us live our lives out online partially, and just walking away from that, turning the computer off, going and watching a fun movie, going and hanging out with family, just go take a walk, pet your cat, your dog, whatever. It literally stops the momentum. Like if you're in a fight with somebody, we'll say in person, we won't talk about online, but maybe you get in a fight with your brother and you're on the phone just screaming and yelling. All it takes for that fight to end is for one to stop fighting. And that's what he's saying, is the Sabbath is a time that God set aside for us to just stop all of our brain energy that's forcing us to keep on bickering and just end it right there. Let it go, move on, be done with it. And only we can do that for ourselves. It doesn't stop till you stop it.
And that's what you need. The momentum is going to, meaning the problem is not driving your life. You're not driven by all these things. I've cut it off because I have God.
I want to stop and read you something real quick here. because it's kind of what he's saying. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there is a sort of a prayer in the Bible called "The Lord is my shepherd." It's Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. He talks about this in the next breath of his message here.
When you let go, and it's a lot of times it's bad momentum. Sometimes it can even be a good thing, but you need to put it still away. One of the key things in dealing with problems is to be able to not deal with problems. Meaning, Lord, one of the first things is I am committing this to you, and I am able to let it go because it's in your hands. And therefore, one of the key things is to be able to let go. One of the things to overcome problems often in God is to be able to let go of them, stop dwelling on them all the time, lift it up to God. The Sabbath stops that momentum. See, God says you're supposed to be led, not driven.
Pay attention to what he said there. You're supposed to be led, not driven.
God will give you rest. The Lord is my shepherd. He drives me. No, he leads me. He leads me, and what else does he do? He makes me lie down.
I love that too. He leads me and he makes me lie down. So, one of the things that one of my mentors told me in the past is that if you ever feel driven to do something, like you have to do it, you can't wait, that's not usually God. He doesn't drive you. He doesn't force you. He's not in a hurry. He's usually very methodical, very strategic. So if you're feeling pressure and you're just like ripping your hair out going, I don't know what to do. I got to make this decision. I got to hurry up and do it. That's not God. Stop, rest, breathe, take a moment, chill out, let him show you. Let him lead you, not drive you.
Why does he do that? Why does he have to make you lie down? Because
you know what's really interesting? He's talking about why does he have to make you lay down or lie down? On here, when people are like frantically just going at each other, screaming, yelling, you watch the text and it'll be like flying. You know that God's not in that. He's just not. He's not in a hurry. He doesn't force things in rapid manic motion. That's not him. So keep that in mind when you feel like you're in this whirlwind of activity and it just seems like everybody's just talking all at once and it's just nonstop and you're like, man, I can't even find my place in the chat room. There you go. That's not of God.
We don't lie down. We don't rest by nature. That's why the Lord said, come to me, all you who are weary, and I will give you what? Rest, because we don't naturally rest. I'm not talking about sleep. I'm talking about spiritually. So therefore, he makes me lie down. So therefore,
some of us don't even rest physically. Some of us are on here all night long. I was on here like at 4:00 in the morning the other day because my cats woke me up. And once I'm awake, it's kind of hard to go back to sleep unless I'm super tired. And I don't think I was tired enough from the day before. But usually I'm not on here all night long. I don't sit up on YouTube or social media at all. I sleep. I like to sleep. And he said he makes me lie down in green pastures because humans don't naturally lay down. They don't stop, especially nowadays. Everything is so fast paced. We're always in such a hurry. We want everything yesterday. It's like an instant food society and they want everything else instantly.
For there's the practice of letting go, Shabbat. Crucial for refreshing and revival. Because if you do everything else and you're getting enough sleep but you're not letting go, you're not going to have revival. You're not going to have renewal. Another key is, as I said, one of the keys is that we get stuck in ruts, and one of the key things is to change our routine.
I want to say something real quick here, too, about that. He said if you don't rest, you don't get renewal. It is scientifically proven that sleep is where our body repairs itself. It's where our mind sorts through excess thoughts and things like that. You have to sleep. If you're not getting sleep, you are sleep deprived. And I think the body is meant to get like 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Now, I haven't had that in a while because, like I said, I have cats. And I'm not really sure what to do about my cat problem right now because every morning they wake me up super early and then I have trouble getting back to sleep. But ideally, we should get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, or we're operating in less of a capacity than God designed us to operate in. Now he's talking about changing your routine.
Your routine. Break up the rut in God. Do something different. Do something in God you never did. Go for a walk with God tonight. It's going to be sewing, but go for a walk. That'll be different. Get into the Word in a way you haven't gotten into the Word. Do something obey God in a way you have not obeyed God.
I was talking to somebody recently, actually talking to Dana about this, and the word repent, what God means by repent. And I was taught in church by my former mentor, pastor, that repent literally means do a 180-degree turn. So turn away from whatever it is, the sin, the habit, the addiction, the compulsion, the obsession, the television show that has your attention 24/7, whatever it is that's driving you and keeping you stuck, that rut, like he just said. Break up the rut. And how do you break up the rut? By doing something different. You have to literally cause some friction to the rut, to the thing that has you stuck, in order to get past the rut and get over it and be done with it. And every Sabbath, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to seek this rest and renewal time. And during that renewal time, we are supposed to be seeking God and listening to him and doing something very differently with him, like he just said.
It's going to bring newness because you're opening your life to new things. If you want renewal, you need to go after new things. I'm not new truth, not new doctrine, but new things in God, in your walk. Even in your marriage, if it gets in a rut, do something new that brings life into it.
All right, cool.
Find out.
So that kind of explains a little bit more about the Sabbath and what Shabbat Shalom means: peace, rest on the Sabbath. And that's what my prayer is for everybody watching this today. Nobody's chatted, but if you do chat, I'm here to talk back with you and converse if you want to. If not, I'll just end here and say that this was my Sabbath entry for the day, if you will. So you don't have to keep on spinning your wheels and going round and round in the same things that are habits and compulsions and things that drive you. You can actually rest today. Sundown starts the Sabbath. And then tomorrow night at sundown, the Sabbath will end. Tonight, I'm going to be lighting some candles. I'm doing something a little different. I don't usually light candles, but I decided this is going to really be a nice Sabbath. I'm going to have a nice quiet dinner, and it'll be a good time. And I pray for each of you that Yahweh leads, guides, directs, blesses, and keeps you, makes his face shine upon you, and is gracious unto you. And that you have a blessed weekend and a blessed Sabbath if you celebrate it. And even if you don't celebrate it, I pray peace and blessing and newness and renewal into your life. Have a wonderful day, and shalom.